Hey YouTube, Eric here, Floating Kelly Teen, however you want to know me. In honor of Breath of the Wild coming out, I'm going to play some Zelda. You couldn't tell from the pictures in the background, we'll be playing A Link to the Past. I did buy Breath of the Wild for the Wii U, and I'm currently playing that and enjoying it. It's just I find that it would be a boring video to stream or to put on YouTube right now. Seeing as I'm just messing around, I'm dying a bunch. It's a pretty difficult game. Fun, I like it, but just for simplicity's sake and for length of video, I figured I'd play something that I'm more familiar with, so I'm doing A Link to the Past. This isn't a speed run per se, but I am going to try to beat the game as fast as I can normally, the way that I normally play just for fun. I'm going to do 100%, I'm going to get all the items, going to get all the bottles, everything that I can get in the game. So I'm just going to do this for fun. It might break this up into a couple of videos, so see how long this takes me, seeing as it took me 2 hours to beat the original Zelda. This is probably going to be longer than that, so we'll see what I can do. But without further ado, let's get this going. I love this game. This is probably my favorite Zelda game. It's not my favorite game of all time. That's the original Zelda. That might be hard to grasp what I'm trying to say when I say this is my favorite Zelda game. I think it's the best Zelda game, the most rich as far as having everything in the game that I would want in the game. Started a lot of the typical Zelda stuff that we're used to. A lot of the themes and the like music themes in the game, like the castle theme, the fairy fountain theme, Kakariko Village theme. Pretty much all started in this game, or at least was made familiarized by this game. Put in other games. A lot of the game's mechanics were used in a lot of the other Zelda games, like for example, this right here. Picking up the pot and smashing it. Started here, continues into all the other Zeldas from here on out. Even Breath of the Wild's got some things you can throw and break. So yeah, all this game to thank. When I first bought this game, or got this game as a kid, I used to love this scene. I thought the rain effect was really cutting edge. It was more realistic. I thought the thunder, the lightning, and the way the rain looked was just awesome. I'll point out something when I get to it. It has to do with the rain and being inside the castle. It's got the effect of having the rain hitting the ceiling of the castle when you go inside. It's kind of a muted rain sound. I thought that was really cool because that's what it would sound like in real life. So I thought that was awesome. I like how dark they made this basement. I'm not sure how it's showing up on your guys' screen, but the way I have my TV, it's almost too dark, but I think I like it that way, because I think that's what the game developers intended. This is kind of a dark, it's nighttime, it's dark at night. Now that it's raining. You can see when I'm walking the castle here, it's going to be brighter. And I don't know if you can hear it very well, but that sound effect, I'll stop for a second. The sound effect of that rain on the ceiling I thought was awesome. Alright. Like I said, this isn't a speed run per se. I am trying to beat this game as quick as possible, but I'm not doing any crazy tricks to accomplish that. I'm just doing what I normally do when I play this game. I have played this game many times. Beaten it many times. So I can do it without dying. I shouldn't really even need that many fairies. When I have all 4 bottles, I usually have it so 3 of them are fairies, just in case I die. They'll come out and heal my 5 hearts without me having to drink a potion and stopping gameplay, just in case I die without really intending to. but I'll carry 3 fairies and 1 bottle of magic potion, especially when I get the turtle rock. I'll probably need that. Not necessarily, but you never know. Plus, I like having it too on the Mothra fight. I don't know what they actually call that boss, but it's the boss of the level 3 dungeon in the Dark Zone. You have to use your fire rod, I think. There's probably another way. You can probably use arrows, I'm not sure. But I think they intended you to use the fire rod, so that takes magic. Also, the cold stare. I want to say cold stare, the boss of level 6. And is it level 6 or level 5? It's level 6. The ice level in the Dark World, cold stare. You need your fire rod to melt the ice around him before you actually do any damage. And I don't believe you might be able to use the hammer, but I'm not 100% positive. I want to say that you're required to use the fire rod to melt the ice on him before you can do any damage, and if you run out of magic, then you're shit out of luck. But you might be able to use the hammer, I don't recall. I never did as a kid, I always did it the way that I think the developers intended. I think they kind of build safety nets as far as that goes, where there's another way to beat a boss. So, here we got Zelda. I always thought this was cool as a kid because you get to see Zelda within the first like 5 minutes of the game. And I thought that was interesting. Turn down the game volume. I don't know if it's drowning out my commentary or not, so. Switch the rusty boomerang. Go this way. Skip. We're gonna fight all those other guards there, just all around him. I never really figured this out, and this might sound weird, but I never really took that way until like recently. Like I want to say like less than a year ago. I figured out that you can just go up that way and go around all them guards without the need to really fight them, so. Go back around this way. Cool rain on the ceiling. Something about throwing pots in the face of an enemy to kill him. And then those guards with their short little stubby knives, they don't know what's going on. These other guards, they're looking for you. They're searching. They're patrolling. And they'll charge when they see you. Those other guys, they're just, I don't know. They had a lobotomy. Ganon or Aghanim gave them a lobotomy, and they're just walking around with the knife, hoping that they'll run into you and poke you with it. And now this is funny. There's 3 treasure chests in the beginning of this game that can contain the lantern. The one which you saw me get was in Link's house in the beginning. But if you happen to pass that up, there's that treasure chest right by where you talked to your uncle, the next room. I think when I opened it there, it was like on a pedestal. When I was talking about how I liked how dark the basement was. But anyway, it's on that like platform there, and I think I got 5 rupees out of there. It could be in that chest if I skipped it in Link's house. And if I skip that chest as well, that chest that was in the jail cell with Princess Zelda, they had 5 rupees. The lantern could be there. And if you miss that and don't pick it up, the game won't let you push the ornamental shelf to get down to where we are. So, they try their best to make it obvious that you need to get the lantern. I mean, who wouldn't open up the chest in Princess Zelda's style if they had to go in there anyway to get Princess Zelda, so. But I've tried it just to see what happens, and it won't let you push the shelf. Now these rats here, usually one of those would give me a red rupee. And I don't know if it's because I just got hit by one of them. I'm not really sure if this game uses the same like mechanics as the original Zelda, where depending on how many enemies you kill without getting hit, the item drops are going to be of a certain kind. I don't know if this game does the same thing or not. usually I can get a red rupee or two out of these guys. Try not to get hit. Here's the key. I still got 60 rupees, so we're still in good shape. I'm gonna get a lot more when I get to Kakariko Village. I'm gonna get enough to get the bottle from the peddler, or whatever you want to call him, the guy that's sitting on the carpet selling bottles. And then he sells you the one bottle, doesn't sell anything else because it's all out. So I'll get enough there. I got plenty of rupees here. I'll definitely have enough to get Sora's Flippers, which is 500. Get the... there's the red one. Get the bottle from Dude. So, look, I'm pretty much already at 100 anyway. I might be able to get it here without having to do what I normally do. There we go. I'll get more too. You'll see where. What I try to do when I play this game, like I said, I'm not trying to necessarily speedrun by using tricks or anything, but I am trying to beat it as fast as I can, and so there's like routes I'll take to achieve, like to grab heart pieces and key adventure items on the way to doing main things. So. Sorry, I'm like Snapchatting somebody at the moment, so. Get this out of the way, and I'll get back to the game. Okay, back to what we're doing. Sorry about that. Let's skip over all the story. I'm sure. Oopsies. Oh, really? Yeah. I don't think I've ever done that. Or as they would say in speed marathons, that's never happened before. Baby, that's never happened to me before, I swear. Alright. So that was some story I skipped over that the priest, or they call the loyal sage in the American version. But what he basically told me is that Ganon's tricks, he's up to his old tricks again. Or I don't know, depending on where you think this, if there is a timeline, doesn't matter. As we all know, Ganon's been doing the same thing since 1986. And so, this time, I almost messed up, I didn't mean to go around this way, that's okay though. It doesn't matter. Ganon is up to his old tricks again, and he's trying to, right now he's sealed within the Golden Land, which is where the Triforce used to, or the Triforce still is being held, but it used to be a sacred realm where only pure people could go and where the Triforce resided. And Ganon, trying to utilize the power of the Triforce, went to the Golden Land, and the 7 wise men sealed him there to prevent him from coming back to Hyrule and conquering the world that we live in. So they sealed him there, and Ganon's trying to break the seal by sacrificing the 7 maidens, which are descendants of the 7 wise men. And by sacrificing them, he would open up the barrier that keeps him in the Golden Land, or what is now known as the Dark World, and he could just wreak havoc. So what I'm trying to do is to collect 3 magic pendants, 3 magic pendants that will allow me to, it's basically, they're like kind of stealing a little bit of the Sword in the Stone kind of mythology. There's the Master Sword that's in the woods. This is where I just got that heart piece and the magic mushroom, which you'll see what I use the mushroom for later if you're unaware. But anyway, there's a altar or stone, whatever, where the Master Sword is resting, and only someone who's worthy of its power can pull it out of the stone, much like King Arthur. And in order to do so, to prove my worth, I need to collect, which you'll see in my inventory right there, those 3 pendants. And they're named after the same three pieces of the Triforce: Power, Courage, and Wisdom. And of course, Courage is the one that we always get first, because Link has to prove that he's a courageous boy, or young man, or whatever his age may be. So we're gonna go do that. First, I said here's the peddler guy. I'll buy the bottle. We're gonna go get another heart piece and some more rupees. Not rupees, rupees. I always like this lighting effect too, because it's realistic how it makes. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. Go down here. Set off this bomb. That's where the heart piece is. Before we do that, we gotta push these blocks in a certain way, which will allow us to get all 4 treasure chests without going back upstairs and outside and resetting the puzzle. Because if I do, they'll all be 20 count red rupees. Where if I have to reset the puzzle, whatever rupees I get will be 20, and then when I go back down, I think the rest are 1, the green rupees. It might be 5, the blue, but I want to say they're 1. There we go. Got 2 heart pieces already. By the time we go to level 1, I'll have collected a heart container. So. Gonna go over here. We're gonna get another bottle and the bug catching net from the sick kid. I'm getting another heart piece. I'm pretty sure. I got one in the Lost Woods. 1 up. Do I got 3? Did I miss one? I do have 3. Okay, never mind. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I will, because I'm about to go get the 4th heart piece. So we'll have another heart container by the time we go to level 1. Now, what's going on with that kid with the bug catching net? He's sick because he caught pretty much a cold or a bad flu from the evil air coming off of Death Mountain, or so they say. So he's gonna let me borrow his net. He's a nice boy. And a lot of the inhabitants of Hyrule are generous people, so he's one of them. And there's a guy that lives under a bridge that's gonna give me another bottle. That's pretty nice. I don't have anything. I always like doing this. Oh, I didn't talk to him soon enough, but these 2 guys are brothers, and they're fighting. And the older brother in the room on the right sealed the door to his brother's room because he's pissed off. And I open it up, and then he's like, well, maybe I should apologize. Maybe I am being an ass. Oh. It's always the older brother that's being an ass. 8 seconds, alright. If I read that sign up there, which tells me to hurry my ass up, it'll take... I was gonna go around and show you, but screw it. Because if you have time to read this sign, you need to head to the goal immediately. You can go all the way around without the Pegasus boots and chop all that stuff down and get there within 14 seconds and get it right in time. If I stop and read that sign for fun, it wastes a second, so I'll get there at 9. The fastest I can get there, at least without the Pegasus boots, is 8 seconds. I'm sure that people can go faster because they, you know, like speedrunners who know tricks and shit, but I don't know any of that. Alright, so we're all powered up with 2 extra heart containers from the 3 we started off with. I got my 2 bottles, I got my net. Got everything I can pretty much get at this point in the game. I mean, I can get other things, but like I said, I try to route this out to make the most amount of sense. You know, get things on my way to do main things, so I can go around and get other heart pieces if I wanted to at this point, but I don't want to, because it's out of my way. But what we are going to do real quick, go up this way, and I hate these arrow guys. More than any other enemy in the game. Well, maybe the crabs. The crabs suck, because you'll see them early on in the game, and they take 2 hearts, which I don't know why they should. There's no point in them taking 2 hearts. But, alright, so I'm gonna drop that mushroom off at the witch there. There we go. and she said she's gonna make something good for me. It's got to come back later, which is fine. So it's the magic powder, but I don't need it right now. The only purpose, the magic powder, the main purpose. There's other things, but the main purpose of it is, or what I use it for mainly, is to turn the anti-fairies into fairies. They're what the original Zelda game, or what I guess you would, the original Zelda game called them bubbles. They're pretty much the same. And I forget what they called them in Zelda 2. Did they stick with the term bubble or anti-fairy? I'm not sure, because they act more, these anti-fairies act more like the bubble slash anti-fairies in Zelda 2 than they did in Zelda 1, because these don't, when you hit them, they don't take away your sword. They do damage and take your magic, and that's what they did in Zelda 2 when you hit them. Now we could go stop here at Sahasrahala's, or however you say his name, house, right down there. And he could tell you the whole Pendant's Master Sword story, but we don't care. There's no point. He doesn't unlock anything, doesn't make anything, doesn't progress the story at all. By doing him first. Because he'll pretty much tell me the same thing when I go back to him after beating this level. He just won't tell me to go to the Dark Palace, or whatever they call this level. Is it Dark Palace? Or is that what they call it in the Dark World? I don't know, whatever this place is. Level 1. Dodge these bowling balls. See, when you bowl, and you want to know where your ball goes, that's where it goes. It goes to go run Link over. Alright. These guys suck. They're bastards. They taunt you and then jump out of your way. There's a trick to killing those guys before they spawn. I just found out about it by watching the speedrun of this game. And I've not really tried to practice yet, so... But it's a cool thing if you can do it. You should be able to, in theory... I don't need that, it's the map. Throw those pots at where the skeletons spawn, you can kill them, because their hitboxes are there before they even appear. And here we're gonna go grab a couple fairies. You don't really need them, but you never know. Just in case. And I like how they spelled fairy in this game. F-A-E-R-I-E. That's weird. They changed the spelling in the Game Boy Advance version to what you would typically spell fairy. F-A-I-R-Y. But, I don't know. I kind of like it this way. It's kind of more... not mysterious, but like, I don't know, more fantasy-oriented, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. You understand. It suits the mood of the game better to spell it that way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh, there's those anti-fairies right there. And it's okay if they hit me, because I don't use magic at this point in the game. I don't think I'll use magic until I get the magic powder to turn them into fairies. That's probably the first instance of me using magic. Oh no, I take that back. I'm going to need it in the next level to light some lamps to move a wall to get to the Mogorms. For the boss level too, so here, these guys, if you beat them up with your boomerang, they don't jump. But if you slash your sword, they will. Here's the big key. This way. I had a good pattern on those anti-fairies. Sometimes I like to stay up there by that big key door and just chill and get in your way. So you're already making quick work of this level. Alright, I got the hero's bow. They don't call it that in this game, but that's what it is. It's the hero's bow. Alright. Now, these guys will typically drop money. They don't seem to be wanting to now. This guy's gonna be chasing me. Yes. don't know, I think the one on the right's the one that's got the key. Damn it. I like having them hot because they kill in the sky faster. Usually don't suck this bad. I don't have arrows either. Alright, this one will do. Go in here. Oh, and die. I guess while I'm getting refilled here, I'm gonna turn down the heater in the apartment because it's hot. Alright, with the computer running, the Wii U running, the TV going, hot in here, so get that heater off. Alright. Well, good thing I did grab them fairies, huh? Because I typically don't die. Just because I'm recording it. That's the only reason. Oh, and he's still there? I thought he was gonna move. It's gonna take forever. Okay. We're good. Got the key. Run past this guy before he can get me. Go upstairs. Get some arrows. I need them. This guy to move. I'm getting hit way more than I normally do. I don't like it. Let's hope this doesn't set the tone for the rest of the game. That was good there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill this guy first. Those other two. So I can get this. Ah! Arrow up. Arrow. Refill. Okay. Stupid stealthos. Okay. Now I did really well on this yesterday when I was playing. Let's see if I can do it this time. What I did, I was able to kill both of these in one cycle. If I can do that. Nope. If I didn't get hit, I probably could have pulled it off. Yesterday I tried that. I was pretty proud of myself that I was able to kill both those guys. Cycle. That was on the Game Boy Advance version, so that might have something to do with it. Who knows, there might be subtle little differences other than the spelling of fairy. I'm also playing on Wii U, so it's on a HD TV, so there might be a slight input lag, which I don't know. Whatever the reason, that doesn't matter. Alright, we killed the Armos Knights. We're good. I think that's what they call them. Armos Knights, who knows. Alright, now I gotta talk to Sahasrahla. Sahasrahla? I don't know. I've never really known how to say that guy's name. It's the old dude. The elder, the main elder. And if you're familiar with the Link to the Past comic that was in Nintendo Power, he was kind of little, like a dopey old guy doing that. It was kind of weird. I liked that comic though, that was fun. See now, he's telling me, oh yeah, the Knights of Hyrule guarded the princess and all this stuff. Which, I like the story, I'm not trying to skip it because I don't like it, it's just... make this video super long if we read all the text, all the story stuff. Some bombs, got 100 rupees. He almost got enough for Zora, for his flippers, but it doesn't matter because I gotta get level 2 first because I need the power glove. It's so bad. You know I had to say that after I mentioned the Power Glove. It's just... it's required. If you mention the Power Glove, you gotta do the Lucas line. It's so bad, I love the Power Glove. Alrighty. Now this is nice, because I can run. And then there's a trick that you can, like, keep this momentum while being able to change directions, just like basically running. Like you would, like if I were to hold down Y, and Link would run, there's a trick you can do with the Pegasus boots and get that effect. Oh shit. I almost forgot to, it wouldn't have mattered if I missed it. I really don't need the magic powder, but I'm over here. And it might actually save time if I got it on my way to get Zora's Flippers. It probably does. Seeing as I kinda had to go this way, and there's no other reason to come this way other than to get this. But I did it. So, whatever. Watch something cool. Watch this. Ah. Turn into a puke man. Little, come on, walk this way so people can see you. Don't hide. Ah, he's hiding. Oh, I thought I could get him when he was like that. I guess not. Anyway, that's kind of funny. Got it. Those green electrified blobs that I can't think of the name of right now. Printed the cubeman. I guess it's a play on the word cucumber? Whatever. Alright. Let's go. Now, what we need to do, so I'm not going towards level 2 right now. What I'm doing is I gotta go back to Kakariko Village. And I gotta go to the library. Ooh, I missed a heart piece. I don't know what's faster. Okay. I'm not paying attention. Because I'm talking. It's hard for me to concentrate when I'm doing two things at once. So, anyway. See, almost even go to the library. Almost forgot what I was doing again. Anyway, here we go. We need the Book of Mudora. I always found it odd, and I wonder if they just flipped the sprite. I have the Japanese version, or at least I used to, of this game. But I had a lot of my Zelda games stolen from me, so I don't know if the Link to the Past, the Japanese version, or Triforce of the Gods, as it's known in Japan, but that book, if you ever played the original Zelda, and there's the magic book, or the Bible, as they call it in the Japanese version, if you look at the sprite for it, whether it's on the opening credits, or the, here's that heart piece I forgot up here, or when it's on your inventory screen, the book, it looks like it's backwards, like he's holding it with the back facing towards you instead of the cover. As it goes in Japan, they read their books from right to left, instead of left to right. And so I found it weird that the Book of Mudora is shown like a North American book would be, like from the cover, and you would open it up and read from left to right. I don't know if they switched, or, you know, mirrored the image, or flipped it some way for the North American release, or if they just, that's just how they did it. I don't recall playing it in the Japanese version and paying attention to what that sprite looked like, so I don't know. I thought that's interesting, that they even if they did flip it, that they even thought to do so, because they didn't in the first game. And I always found that odd in the first game. It's like, why is he showing me the back cover of the book? Why are they not showing me the book from the front view? So. But that's why, because in Japan they read their books the opposite way. Which makes reading manga a little bit interesting. If you ever, you know, before they got rid of the printed, which is kind of sad to think about this, but like the magazine Shonen Jump with all like the serialized manga get delivered to your house. They did it. They were consistent with the Japanese way, and they would print their manga books from right to left, and then they tell you at the, like, this is how you read the book. I think it's also like that in the printed manga, like Zelda manga of in the back of the Hyrule Historia. I think they tell you that you gotta flip the book around. But it makes it, at first, when you're reading these mangas, kind of difficult because you're used to reading, you know, left to right and whatnot when you're reading an American comic book. And going to manga is a little awkward at first, but... Oops, I mean, yeah, that was weird. Let's get... I have no other reason to go this way ever in the game. There might be a way. See how those freaking goddamn crabs take 2 of my hearts? You would think being electrocuted by those green, whatever they call them before they turn to Cubemen, would be more devastating than getting pinched by a fucking crab, but... whatever. The crabs take 2 hearts. It sucks. And they're like all around here. And like, there's no reason why you would wait and get the blue tunic. Make yourself more powerful or more resilient. Wrong button. Kind of weird on the Wii U Pro controller that this X button is right by the pause button. Alright, but we're getting the ice rod right now. Not because I need it anytime soon, but just because, like I said, I don't there's no reason why I personally, when I play this game, ever have to go over here ever again. At least at this far, at this part right here, this screen. There's no reason why I ever have to come back here ever again. So because of that, I'm getting that ice rod now. And I don't think it's that far out of the way. Just have to deal with the stupid crabs. Goddamn crabs. Alright. Get the hell out of my way. There's some money over there, but I don't need it. Money's not as important in this game as it is in the original game. Like, you always had to have money in the original Zelda game. One, because your arrows were your arrow counter was your money counter. But 2, it's just like if you want to get the blue ring, if you want to get the magic shield, if you want to get the bomb upgrade, stuff like that, you always need it. And then it didn't help that you can only have 255 rupees in the original Zelda, so money was always something you needed to watch in that game. This game, not so much. I mean, you got the, I'm just doing this for fun. After I just got done saying how much you don't need money, watch me get money. Cool, thanks fish. But I'm just 2 rupees away from what I need to have coin-wise. And basically the first 3/4 of the game. After this, money isn't an issue. I'll need money to later on in the game to get the Mega Ultra Big Bomb, whatever they call it, the big red thing to open up the Berry Fountain and the pyramid, the Dark Pyramid, to get the Silver Arrow and the maximum upgraded sword, the Gold Sword. Which I think they put that ability to upgrade way too late in the game. Like, that Gold Sword, very much you're just using it on level 8, Ganon's Tower, and Ganon himself. And I feel like it would have made the game... It would have made the game smoother or more... Just it would have made more sense to put that ability to upgrade earlier in the game, but... Same thing with the red tunic that you get in Ganon's Tower. It's like, why? I mean, I know Ganon does a lot of damage, but he's not that hard, honestly. I've never really found any Ganon fight that could be that hard. I don't know. I guess it's not easy in Ocarina of Time, but like, I feel like the original Zelda, as long as you got in there with enough hearts, And that fight was easy. Same thing with this one, as long as you have the red tunic and enough hearts. This Ganon's easy. I don't know. So having the red tunic would have been nicer. Like, I think they should have had the mirror shield be a fairy upgradable thing. Like, I'm gonna get this red shield here after this level. And that makes sense. To block, like, the fire balls and whatnot. But, like, they're already throwing these laser shooting sentry statue things already in level 2 of the whole game. And you can only block that with the mirror shield. So to have the mirror shield be the treasure of level 8, and then you only really are using it in Ganon's tower. I don't know. Or whatever. I'm sure there was a reason behind the madness. Got the big key already. This is a pretty short level. I don't think it was intended to be this short, it's just... I don't know, I think this level in particular is bad level design. There's not a lot of bad things with this game, but I just think that this level in particular, once you know where to go, it's a super short and offers no challenge. But I guess the mold worms can be challenging. They can get their patterns are random. So that could be troublesome. But in general, this first, I wouldn't call this a half of the game. I mean, it's the light world only, and then you unlock the rest of the game after you beat these 3 levels. But it's nowhere. It's not half the game. I would say the halfway point is after level 3 of the Dark World. But it's just these first 3 levels. Well, the Tower of Hera, level 3. That's a challenging level, I guess. Or not, maybe it is challenging as it is just... It's a good length for a level. And we don't have to mess with these guys, these tiles. Just get the key, get out. This is really where the level starts. That first part was nothing. Just a bunch of empty rooms with nothing in them, except for the 3 that I went in. The one with the key that I had to bounce off the lamp. The big key room. The power glove room. That's it. That's all that first part of the level offered. And this is the same thing. Oh, he's over here. Owie. And here's where I mentioned where I need use magic for the first time. I always found this effect to be cool, so watch this. I like how the screen shakes and the wall moves, I just thought that was neat. Why I need arrows? Oh, I guess they gave me arrows because of the red. The red dude. Red Armos. Alrighty. This is all you do. Slice, slice, slice. I had a good shot. That one was staying in the air pretty long. Oh, this is not a good spot. That wasn't a good round. This is like this game's version of Volvaga. full body, yeah. From Zelda 2 and Ocarina of Time. More so the Ocarina of Time, the way they fly through the air, but you get what I'm saying. Alright. Oh, sometimes you can get it where the light circles around Link even though he's holding the pendant. I didn't get it. I like doing little tricks like that. But see, I have 520 rupees, so I got enough to get the flippers, so we're gonna go do that. And I got 3 heart pieces that I can get. Yeah. One of them, or 2 of them are on Death Mountain, and one's over here where I get the flippers. And then I'll get another heart piece when I get to the Dark World right away. So that will up my heart container out there. There's some money down there under one of them rocks, but I don't need it. I'm gonna lift that up and have that guy feed me rupees, but I don't need them. They're just going. I always kind of like this. It was fun cutting the grass like this. The sound is just cool. That's the best part. Bam. Hey, there's a fairy. Oh, that's funny. Got hit right as I got the fairy. Oh well. Go up here. Waterfall area. See, I guess this probably would have been a better time to get the magic powder. I haven't even used it yet. I don't even think... Was there even an anti-fairy in that level that I don't recall, but... Oh well. Oh well. Just keep that in mind, I guess, next time, Eric, or next time you play this game. I don't need to get the magic powder. It's unnecessary to get before level 2. So, go this way. That dark green rock, the number 8. I don't know why the rocks have number 8s on them, but you need the Titan's Mitt, which is the glove upgrade that you get after beating the Misery Mire. Yeah. You can't lift that until I get that, so. I always thought it was cool, like, you never saw what Zora looked like outside of the water. But, there he is. There he is. Get me back. But normally only see the heads. Like, in the first game, you never saw the rest of Zora. You always saw him sticking out of the water like that and shooting fireballs and shit. So it's kind of cool if they made it. That they can get out of the water. I don't know why they get all sad. I guess I would get sad if I got slashed by a sword too, but it's kind of funny. Alright, there we go. Here's the friendly Zora. And it's funny how the Zoras always tried to kill you until Ocarina of Time, then they were your buddies. I want the flippers. I know I'm not a very good swimmer, but why can't Link at least doggy paddle without flippers? Why does he need flippers to swim in deep water? Basically, they should have made this power-up with water wings. They shouldn't have made it flippers. Like, oh, Link needs his water wings because he sinks like a rock. Unless he's got that. Or maybe he's like my little brother. When we were kids, we had a pool growing up. And my brother could not refuse to swim in the pool unless he had goggles on. But I mean goggles, I mean like the full face goggles that would like cover your nose and everything too. Not just the eyeball goggles. So maybe he just feels more comfortable with flippers on. So he's got more control. Maybe that's what he wants. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. First fairy fountain. And we're gonna throw the boomerang in and the shield. Get upgrades here. Eventually I'll come back here and fill this third bottle I'm about to get. Now if you just stand here like this, after a little bit, the text box will come back up. Yeah, there you go. And we're gonna throw the boomerang in now. And that's it. But what I was gonna say is when I get that third bottle, I'm gonna come back here and get some magic potion from her, because you can get it for free by throwing in an empty bottle. You know what might be faster if I do this. This is kind of out of the way to come back. This might be a better option. Oh, here we go. We'll do it this way. I got Medicine and Magic, which I think costs like 60 rupees at the witch's hut. Could be mistaken, I'm just going off the top of my head. This way. I wonder where this portal takes me. Is it faster to do it? Watch this take me to like Kakariko Village, like way out of my way. No, this is actually... it's a good thing. Cool. I can go up there, and that's where the Great Fairy is, but you need 100 rupees to get one bomb upgrade or one arrow upgrade, whichever one you pick, but you always gotta pick bombs at first. You don't use nearly as many arrows. But anyway, I don't have 100 rupees, I have 25, so there's no point even going there. And I usually don't go there until I got 999 anyway. And the really only reason, there's really no, you don't really need to do it. It's just because I like to get everything. There's my third bottle. I like to get 100%. I consider getting both the maximum number of bombs, which I believe is 50, and arrows, which I believe is 50. Arrows might be more, but I think they're both 50. Might be 45. I don't know why 45 is sticking in my head. But anyway. I'm gonna go back this way. I'm gonna pick up some money from the castle basement. I don't know if you noticed when we were escaping with Zelda earlier, there are some bombable, or not necessarily bombable, they are bombable, but they're also Pegasus shoe breakable walls in the basement of the dungeon, or the basement of the castle. And they'll allow me, I think there's like 300 rupees down there or something, or 100, I don't know, a good amount. And it's not that much out of my way. These guys are persistent. They're like the arrow guys, but tougher. But you don't see as many of them, that's why I don't mind them as much as the arrow guys. The arrow guys suck. See if these rats will yield any rupees. The bats won't, the keys won't, they never do. The keys didn't start giving away stuff until Link's Awakening, I want to say. Otherwise, in this game and the first game, I mean, they gave experience, I think, in Zelda 2. There you go, 300. But they don't drop nothing in these top-down Zeldas until Link's Awakening. Do they even know Link's Awakening? I want to say yes, but there's a possibility they might not. I don't know. I've played so much Zelda that it's my favorite video game franchise ever. As I said earlier, the original Zelda is my favorite game of all time. They just kind of sometimes run together. Alright. Boy, the look on Zelda's face when I come through this door. Like, what the hell are you doing? Why'd you come this way? They're looking like, the door's opening, holy shit! It's a castle guy. Oh, it's Link. What are you doing, Link? You know what I'm doing? I'm praying. God, help me. God, help me. I don't know. I always did that when I was a kid. I thought it was funny. Ignore me. I'm stupid. Anyway. So, we go this way now. To Death Mountain. Walk past the guards that didn't see me. Like, they were blinded by the bright sun. We're going around this way, so these birds don't bother me. Because they suck. I think that sign reads something that you need permission from the king to go up here. But I don't care. The king is dead. And here's the old man. Now this character of the old man is more representative of or along the lines of what I believe the comic book Sashrahala was being portrayed as, is like this guy. I think they just used this guy and called him Sashrahala in the comic. I don't know if that's the same in the Japanese version, but it just seems like this is the guy that they should have used. Or this is the one that they got inspiration for the Sashrahala comic book characters from this dude. Even looks like him. He's got a mustache, I think, in the comic, and he doesn't in the game. This guy does. And I hate these squirrels. They suck. Get out of my way. Alright, yeah, you talk too much. Stop talking. Give me the magic mirror. That's useful, because that's gonna let me go from Dark World to Light World. There's always rocks falling from Death Mountain. What's up with that? They just fall. Constantly. Like, at this point, you would think the mountain would be turned into a hill with all these rocks falling. But I always thought that's cool. You can see the Lost Woods from up here. And then we're gonna get another heart piece by doing this. I always like this multi-leveling of the graphics, multi-layered, so it gave you a 3D kind of depth to it. There we go. Grab that heart piece. Alright, I have a heart now. Fall down. I didn't do that, but hey, I need a fairy, so that's cool. And I'll grab another one here. There we go. Right on. Even though I didn't mean to do that, I'm kind of glad I did. Worked out. At least. What do they call these guys? The other guys are Moldorums. What are these? Unless I got my terminology incorrect. I'm trying to think. Because Zelda 1 had both Moldworms and... Oh man. Oh well, it doesn't matter. The names of these guys really don't matter. You kind of make up names from as you go when you're a kid, like the Likes in the original Zelda. My mom always called them Big Macs, because they kind of look like a Big Mac. And then I've heard people like Mike Matei from Cinemassacre call them pancakes. So, you know, use your imagination when you're a kid. Here's the Tower of Hera, level 3. Now, to a beginner of this game, this is really... This is when it starts getting serious. But if you know what you're doing, it's really not that bad. That's the map. I don't need the map. Get out of my way. These guys kind of suck too. And I think they take 2 hearts as well. Now these tiles I need to actually get rid of. I can't skip them. It's gonna reveal a death skull. Pirates have been here. And they left their cursed tiles on the floor to tell me, death to all who break my floor. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here. Get out of my way. Now these red dudes, I messed up. If you swipe your sword at them, they do jump out of the way like the blue ones, but then they also will throw part of their bodies. They'll throw a bone at you. What bone? I'm not sure. But they throw a bone nonetheless, and it's a pain in the ass, so... throw the jars, they won't do that. Or your boomerang, they won't do that either. Out of here. Not doing well on the health but it's alright. I got my 2 fairies still. I got an opportunity to get more fairies in a bit, so we'll be fine. And I hate these guys. They're just so tough. Not get back when you hit them. They fly back when you hit them. It's chaos. Change these back. Because I want the brown ones or the red ones down for these pots up here. The top level at level 5, they have hearts in them. We need them. Because I'm assuming my battle with this giant goldworm, I don't know, the boss of this level, that like anything last, like my battle with him last night did, I fell a lot. You'll see what I'm talking about. You're on a big platform with, that's in the air, that has a lot of, we're gonna get this. I guess it doesn't really matter what I get first. I get the moon pearl first. Actually, the moon pearl first is probably the optimal way of doing that. Here. Fall down a couple levels. Get some fairies. Now, when I said this is a 100% run, getting the maps, the compasses, and stuff like that, I don't consider that necessary to be considered 100%. It's basically whatever. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I don't consider it. It doesn't matter to me. What I'm saying is every item, every heart container. And by items, I mean items that I can use on the open world, not just in a dungeon. So maps, compasses. I don't care about it. I don't need them. Alright, I did it without falling. Cool. Let's see if I can do this swirly thing. Yep, there you go. Did it. Haha. Alright. Now we're about to do the best part of the whole game. And that's getting the Master Sword and the whole fanfare that's associated with that. They use the same music in Ocarina of Time, which I thought was pretty cool when I was a kid. I heard that and I was like, oh man, they did the same music, that's awesome. Because this, when I was like I don't know, I guess being 15, you're still a kid, but that's how old I was when I got Ocarina of Time or played Ocarina of Time. When Ocarina of Time came out. And then when I got this game, I was 8. I really was a kid, but I always thought this part was like, I remember record, and I still do this, which is kind of funny, but I'll record this song, or this music, and this scene that plays when I get Master Sword. Sometimes I'll bust out my phone and record it. I just think it's neat. It's like, oh look, there's the Master Sword. Nope. Some asshole just put a bunch of random freaking butter knives all around. Make you think. You got the Master Sword, but you didn't. Haha, joke's on you. Here we go. And the rabbits and the squirrels are gonna be like, oh, hey. And then, here we go. You ready? Here, I'm gonna turn the audio up for this. This part's awesome. You ready? Yeah. That's some badass shit. And now the Lost Woods is all like not cloudy no more. I cleared up all the evil that surrounded, or the evil mist that surrounded the Lost Woods. And this is really cool too. Once I go in the Lost Woods now it's like you're really in the woods. Like you get like the canopy of trees and the light going through the openings of the branches and whatnot. And I gotta go to the sanctuary. I'm actually gonna go to the sanctuary because it doesn't matter. But what's cool about the effect here with like this like brightness, like the sun's shining. Oh yeah, and also I have full hearts. I can shoot my sword like I did in the original game. Anyway, when I was in 5th grade, may have been 4th grade, so 94, 95. I want to say it was 5th grade, so 95. We had a not a total, but I mean like it's as close as I've ever been to a total solar eclipse. And when that happened, the shadowing effect of the trees and the suburb of Chicago that I grew up in, and the lighting from that looked just like that effect in the Lost Woods after you pick up the Master Sword. It was like, when I saw that, I'm like, oh man, I'm in Hyrule. I'm in the Lost Woods. Like, it was the suburb I grew up in, like, it was one of those suburbs or one of those towns where, like, there's trees all along the green space, and they've been there for a while. So they're all big, and they all cast, like, cool, like, it's basically like, it's like a canopy for the streets in the suburb and everything. So, like, I don't know, just the effect of that solar eclipse and all those trees and whatnot looked just like that effect in the Lost Woods. So I thought, like, man, this is really cool. This is real life, like, the game. Anyway, this is what we're doing now. Going back to the castle, which is where the soldiers took Zelda to. I could have stopped at the sanctuary and talked to the priest and watch him die, but that's depressing. We're not going to do that. So we're going to kill the bat, the likely bat. And we're going to the upstairs part of the castle. We're going to kill these cool soldier, ball and chain soldiers, mace soldiers, whatever you want to call them. I guess a mace isn't a ball and chain. A mace is like the ball and chain ball part is on a stick, right? If, I don't know if that's correct. These guys are just evil. Like, they're just like charging you. They're like the Mike Myers of Zelda enemies. And by Michael Myers, I mean like not the comedian, but the guy from Halloween. They're just chasing you down with their knife, and they're gonna stab you. And they're quick to want to do so. And there's no need to light up these lamps here. Really. Yeah, the music is epic. If this music doesn't pump you up for a battle, nothing will. Although I guess more I like the music, like when Aghanim is. I'm not gonna spoil it in case people know, but I'll point it out when I get to it. That there's music that's even more like dramatic. I think someone just fell into the abyss. One of the soldiers did. I don't know if you heard that. Didn't see it. You stupid freaking bow and arrow guys. Alright. So I got front hearts. Oh, here's some eyeball bats. Basically like the bow and arrow soldiers on crack. Get rid of them. These guys. I like how this game reverses the color, like, ideology of strength of the enemies than from the first game. In the first game, the red, like, versions, the red palette and the enemies were the weaker ones, like the red Octoroks, the red, not Iron Knuckles, what were they? Were they Iron Knuckles? I don't know, we used to call them cats. I think it's Iron Knuckles. No, the guys that can only hit from certain angles. Anyway, in the original Zelda, the blue guys were the strong ones, the red guys were the weaker ones. This one, it's the opposite. And then you got green too, which is even weaker when it comes to the soldiers, at least. Alright, this music right here. It just sets the mood. What I'm gonna do now, I'll be right back. You just soak up the anticipation. Okie dokie. I'm back. I'm back, baby. Ready to do this? I'm ready. Let's do it. He's been waiting for me. Behold, the last moment of Princess Zelda. And why does Zelda not have blonde hair? And why is she wearing some crazy blue skirt and white shirt? That's not Zelda. They just reused the whole sprite thing from the intro of the game. Those bastards. Well then. Wait, he's not there. Wait, he's not there. Alright. To say you would like to be totally destroyed? Well, I can make your wish come true. It would think. Alright. No blue balls. Link does not want blue balls. Oh, you got it. Welcome to my world, Link. Okay, I feel for you, bro. Oh, blue balls again? Alright, man. We'll hit up the bars this weekend. Got you. Take care of this problem. Don't get blue balls for you next time. Oh. Spoke too soon. Alright. When he stands right here, he's probably gonna shoot lightning. But if you turn to his sides and he turns towards you, and and he's in that spot, he won't shoot lightning. So that's why I stand over here to see what's going on. It's more or less pertinent in the second Aghanim fight than it is in this one. Man. Link's just as unlucky as I am. I'm sorry, Link. Oh man, that was probably it too. What happened there? Of course, he falls again. I'll see this one time. I'll see. Wow. The longest this fight's ever taken for me. Alright. This is it. I can feel it. Yep, there we go. I was way too early. Alright, Dark World time. Yeah, come on. We know. We know. This was the Golden Land. The Dark World now. Oh, and see that behind me where the sun's setting? That's Ganon's tower. We'll be visiting that shortly. I guess I shouldn't say shortly. That's the end of the game, pretty much, but we'll be there soon. Full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. I say traps. Sometimes they literally mean traps, like those spiky things that go across the screen. Alright, here we go. There we go. We're gonna get this heart piece here, which is gonna give us another heart container. Very cool. There we go. We got our first line of hearts set up. I like how the moblins look in this game. I think they look cool. So you got plenty of rupees. This is another, I guess, I didn't mention this when I said there's parts of the game that you need rupees. This is one where you need 110 at least, but I got way more than that, so I never really am concerned, because by this time I have way more than enough, but you're gonna meet Kiki, the monkey, in this forest maze, whatever, hedge maze, and at first he's gonna ask to borrow 10 rupees, like he just needs to buy himself some McDonald's or something, and then later he's gonna tell you, hey, you know, there's I'll do you a favor, I'll open this fortress up for you if you give me 100 rupees. So there we go, we got him. And he needs 10 rupees. Yeah, I'll give him 10 rupees. Why not? Now, I can't get hit. If I get hit, he'll run away like a little bitch. Those guys, whatever they're called, they like to carry money. Now, here we go. Monkey Palace, which is what they should have called it, but they don't. Why there's monkeys on the outside and there's no monkeys on the inside, I don't know. But anyway, gave him 100 rupees, he's gonna open this shit for me. Bam. I guess I should have gone the other way. It's alright. I've only recently, like, I've got pretty much the light world optimized as far as getting through it as quick as possible. This one I still have yet, because there's an extra key in this level that you don't need if you do things in a particular way. So this key I don't get a lot of the times, but it's nice to have in case I just mess up. Can't push that. I thought you could push from the other side. And see, because I don't go on this side, I forget where the switch was. But that, as a kid, I never got that key. And there were times that, and it's kind of funny to think of now, where I would go through this game and get to the point that I would need that key but not realize where it was, and I'd reset the game thinking that the game designed this level to have an extra door that you shouldn't open. Because there is an extra door in this game that there's no point that you need. There's no reason to have to open this door with a key. And I'll point it out when we get to it. And so I thought they put that in as a trick, that they'd make you reset the game if you did it. And I remember playing this game a bunch of times as a kid and doing that and thinking, oh shit, now I gotta play the game over from the beginning. Not realizing there's a key in that left-hand door all the whole time. Stupid Uriah. And why they don't shoot arrows in this game, I don't know. They just shoot arrows at them. They flip the tables on that one. But like in the original Zelda and Zelda 2, those Goraias, they were the arrow-wielding enemies. This one, they just copy your moves. Alright, yeah, why I got that, I don't know. Usually don't. I think I was just kind of spacing out. As I do so often. Here's another key. And see, normally that would be the first key that I got when I played this game as a kid. And I would use that to open this middle door when I go back to the beginning of the game, or the beginning of the level, sorry. To me, this is the most boring level of the whole game. Maybe not as boring as level 2 of the Light World, but for whatever reason, this level just sticks out as like, I just don't care for it. It's like in Mario World. Like, I love Mario World, and I don't know why this is, but I hate the Vanilla Dome. I don't know what it is about Vanilla Dome and Mario World that I hate, but I love playing that game. Like, I absolutely love going through that game, and Vanilla Dome is just, I hate it. Don't know why. Just do. And because I got that key, I can do this part earlier than normally I would. Thankfully, they put an extra door in this game that needs a key that you don't need to go through. Oh, that's... I'm gonna end this level with a key that I can't use. Because you can only use the key. It's just like in Zelda 2. Not unlike Zelda 1 where you can get keys and you can use them in other levels. The keys are locked to whatever level you're in, just like in Zelda 2 and every subsequent Zelda. So, I'm gonna end this level with an extra key. Right there is gonna be the door that I'm talking about. It doesn't look locked from this side, but once I get to the other side, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you do not need to unlock that, because you can run past this part. Yeah. Die, Helmaser. Alright. Should be another key in the bottom left of this room. Whatever they call those. Don't know. Fire dinosaurs. Some bombs. A key down here. Maybe they're not. Maybe I'm thinking of the part of the can. No, here it is. Bottom right. I was thinking of that part of the castle where I saw Zelda disappear. Anyway, alright, we're gonna get the hammer. Which in the Japanese version of this game, they make a reference to MC Hammer, but they didn't in the American version. I thought that would have been hilarious if they did that, but they didn't. Alright. Go back. This is where you can skip having to use E. I go over here, I'm going to go downstairs for some rupees and another key. Maybe I should try one of these guys to do a fairy, who knows? Might be helpful. I think there's a key in this thing. The chest. Oh, it's arrows. Key here? There we go. Cool. I guess I can go up here too. Maybe they both lead me in the same room. Alright, now, down here is that useless key door. Right there, you don't need to do that. Because if you do this... Remember how I killed those Helmosaurs? Yep, now they don't impede my progress, and these guys do though. Because they knows where I'm at, I can't get them. But that's cool, because now they're gone. They gone. And now I go this way. Easy peasy. Elbow squeezy. Push this dude up on the switch here. Open the door. Grab some parts from over here. And I guess this level ain't that long either. Kill these Garaya. Kill this dude. Grab some arrows. There's that trap that I was talking about. Alright, we're gonna shoot this dude in the eyeball. Cha. Downstairs. Alright, here we go. I actually like the hammer. I think it's a cool weapon. Especially in this level, because I like the turtles. I like the fact that you can flip them over and use the hammer once again to destroy them. I will destroy you. Bam. Bam. I like to give them out money, which is good. Bam. Bam. Although, once they flip back over, they start running like crazy. They get pissed off. You gotta be careful about that, right? They give a lot of money. Whatever. There's that one over here. Bam. Die. Bam. Die. And now, I don't know what most people do, but a lot of people, I mean, I think maybe the game intended for you to use the hammer to remove the mask from this dude, but bombs are faster, as long as that happens. I died, it's alright. I just gotta be careful this next time, because I got one more fairy. If I die at any point in this game, it's on this guy. And so my bomb freaking disappeared, which kind of sucks. Oh, yeah, by the way, I wanted them too. That was stupid. Oh, I guess it did take away some of his helmet though. Hopefully this one does too. Nope. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. We got this. Got one more fairy. And he's pretty much dead. I need like 2 hits, I think. Fine. Yep, 2 hits, I knew it. We're good. I guess it doesn't do 5 hearts, it does 7? Wow. That was less than that. Yep, I did it again. Awesome. I love doing little shit like that. I don't know why. It's just fun. I don't know how long this has been going. An hour and a half? Wow. Not bad. I do level 2. What else do I gotta do to do level 2? I got... What is there else I can do? I don't upgrade my magic meter. I can. There's no need to. I can get the flute, but there's no need to. I can do the digging game. There's no need to. Let's see. I want to do level 2 and then call it a day. That might be what I'm trying to think, what else can I do at this point in the game? Should I just call it a day now? What should I do? I'm trying to think. Best. Well, let's do level 2, and then we'll call it a day. There might be things that I can optimize, that I could have optimized to do before level 2, but I'm gonna do fairy. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. A great debate. This is a 90-minute video. Let's... Let's just do level 2. I feel like that would be a good place to quit. After level 2. Because it's right here. And I mean... I'm gonna catch a fairy. Used 1. Did I use 2? I think I did. Whatever. I'm gonna go get some fairies here. I did use 2, didn't I? Yeah. Alright. We're gonna go to level 2. I'm gonna beat that. And then after level 2, since this being the Wii U version, I'm actually going to quick and save. I'm going to cheat a little bit. And I'm going to just, like, you know, because I can turn the Wii off and it will save my progress. Alright, so what I gotta do here, I gotta go drain the water. There's some other things I can't do in this part of the game. We'll just save that for the next video. And I got 666. That's awesome. Rupees. Open up this floodgate. That will drain the water not only here in the light world, but also in the dark world, which is something that happens in the comic book. Pretty cool. Here we go. Level 2, dark world. Oh, wait. Oh, I know why. I know what I'm doing. Okay, alright. Alright. Get it together, Eric. There we go. This level can be a pain in the ass too sometimes. But you get the best freaking item in the game. The hook shot. Oh, why I didn't lose a heart when I got hit? Didn't I get hit? I don't know. There we go. Fill up this part of the world. The dungeon with water. Go this way. I guess this level really ain't that bad. Trying to remember where exactly I gotta go. Oh, I remember what. Those are Geld arms right there. That's from the original Zelda. Those fire worm dudes. I remember now. The mold worms. Are they the guys that I fought in level 2? Or is that the guy I fought in level 3? Not the insult my Nintendo Power Players guide. Which I still have when I was a kid, but I think I spilled beer on it. So it's kind of all like kind of warped. And you know when you spill water on a magazine, I'm an idiot. Oh well. Shit happens. I have one that's like in like mint condition as well. I think still. Yes? Maybe. Like I said, I got a lot of bunch of selfish shit stolen from me, so I don't remember what I have and what I don't have any longer. And there's the non-movable traps, those are weird. Find out. Just want to go down right a little left. Say a little left. Nope. Towards the right. I need to hit the... Which anyway, so that's cool. Yeah, talking about the switch. I want one. Can't afford one. I mean, I can, but I'm trying to save my money for other things. Nintendo will have to wait. It's not gonna be like the Wii and the Wii U that I bought on launch day. The Wii U. It's sad, like, it really is. Like, what Nintendo console hasn't been, like, sold out on launch day but the Wii U? Because I remember just walking in casually to, like, Target or something on launch day. Like, it wasn't even, like, at midnight. It was just, like, at, like, a random, like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like, after I got off work or something stupid like that. And I walked into a frickin' Kmart or Target or something. And they just had a shit ton of those things just sitting on the shelf. Not the black deluxe version. They didn't have that, but I didn't care. I got the white one, the regular version, because it didn't really matter to me. Whether it was 32 gigs or 2 gigs worth of whatever the hell. Because the games I had to download, the games I've downloaded onto it I've needed, they have an external hard drive anyway. Don't matter. But like, I just, whenever I felt like it, after work, I got off. Got the Wii U easily. The Wii I had to fight for. Got it on launch day from JCPenney's website, of all places. I don't know how the hell JCPenney's was selling freaking... When I was a kid, JCPenney, that's where I actually got my original Nintendo, was from JCPenney. I didn't get it. I got it for Christmas from my grandparents, but that's where they bought it. It was from the JCPenney's catalog. So... But it's just like, man, what am I doing? But I'll get a Switch eventually. There's no reason to get a Switch right now except for Breath of the Wild, and I already got that for my Wii U. And from what I understand, citing tests from Digital Foundry and whatnot, the only benefit of having the Switch version is you got 900p when it's in docked mode, but the frame rate is worse. And basically, it's a wash unless you want some better like still pictures of Breath of the Wild. The Wii U version is just as good. There's no reason why to not get the Wii U version. Well, there's no reason to get the Switch version over the Wii U version at this point. Why spend, you know, like $400 to play Breath of the Wild when I just spent 60. So it's a great game, and it looks amazing on the Wii U. So I've not looked at the Switch. I've not played the Switch version or seen anyone play it. So to me, I have a Wii U, and instead of spending, you know, $400 to get a Wii U, a Pro Controller, and Zelda Breath of the Wild, I'm just gonna do what I did and I got the Wii U version. Works for me. Just like, actually, to tell you the truth, when it comes to Twilight Princess, which is a similar situation, where they've released a new Zelda game on their old console and their new generation console, I prefer the GameCube version over the Wii U version. I mean, the Wii... Or, not the Wii U version, the Wii. Did I say Wii U? I mean, the Wii U has a version, and I love the Twilight Princess on the Wii U, because you can use the Pro Controller and whatnot, but, at the time, I pre-ordered the GameCube version over the Wii version. I have both, and I prefer the GameCube version. Even though you can have one less item equipped at a time, I just think that's the way the game was designed to play, and it feels right playing it on a GameCube. And just like I would assume that it's not the same with the Switch and the Wii U, because the control scheme is pretty much the same, but there's no difference. Why spend that much money? I'll get a Switch eventually, when there's other reasons than Zelda, because I have Zelda now. I have the Zelda on my... The Wii U Zelda that I was promised back in, you know, 2014, 2013. It's finally out, and I'm happy. But it would be nice to be able to take, I guess that one of the... Okay. if there's one upside to having the Switch, it's because I can take Breath of the Wild with me to play it for 2 hours on a train or a plane. Which, I think that whole battery life issue is going to be a detriment to the Switch. Because, I mean, you can't really take the Switch with you on the train like you can a 3DS. Because a 3DS you can fit, if you have like the small new 3DS, or if you have the original 3DS, you can put that shit in your pocket. You can't put the Switch in your pocket. And I know a lot of people carry around backpacks and shit like that, but I mean, this is where the Switch is cool. Because this is what I like about the Switch versus the Wii U. Because the concept of the Switch and the Wii U are pretty similar, and I think they're not stating that. Is that the Wii U I thought would be like the Switch, where like I can have my Switch, my Wii U hooked up to my TV like I do here in my living room. And then if I want to go take a shit and continue to play my game, or if I'm like ready for bed, but I'm still like balls deep in a session of like Mario Maker, or not Mario Maker, that's a bad example, or if I'm like balls deep in a session of like Yoshi's Woolly World, I can take the fucking gamepad and go in my bedroom and play it in bed, before I fall asleep. Well, no, I can't, because even though my bedroom is like literally like, it's like 10 feet away from my living room. It's literally a wall away. There's a wall that separates, and then the closet's on the other side, but there's like 5 feet of like architectural space that separates my bedroom from my living room, and I can't play my Wii U's gamepad in there because it loses connection. It's horrible how bad that connects. Like when they say off TV play, it's basically like you still have to be in the same room to play, and that's it. Like, I can't go and take a shit and take my Wii U gamepad with me because it loses connection. I can't go, and I'm in a small-ass apartment. Like, it's not crazy small, but it's, I've lived in bigger apartments. I didn't get it there. I'm ranting. But the Wii U gamepad to console connection was shit, and it ruined the whole point of having off-TV play. The Switch corrects that, yes, but to call it a portable system is wrong, because you can't fit that in your pocket, and 2 hours of battery life playing the only game right now that you even want to play, Zelda, that's like Sega Nomad battery life, So I think it's poorly executed, and I understand why, because they're trying to get a lot of graphical processing power out of this thing, and so like they have to have an equal median between graphic processing and battery life. But I think they missed the ball on both, because from what I've seen so far and what I understand from the whole like spec part of the Switch, it's basically like just under an Xbox One and PS4, like slightly. And the battery life, like I said, it's like 90s, like you have to have 6 AA batteries in the thing and it lasts 2 hours, like the frickin' Sega Nomad. And so, is that portable? No. Because if I were to take the Switch with me on a trip, that's barely enough time to play that Switch in the airport when you're waiting for your flight, and to fly from, for example, if I was going to go fly from St. Louis or Orlando to see my father, that's like a 90-minute flight, and like then you go to the airport after all checking everything, you're maybe waiting for a half hour. that's barely enough time to play the Switch from sitting in the airport waiting to get on your flight and during the flight to get to where you're going. And then and my dad lives in like south of Daytona, so that's another hour to drive from the airport to his house. I can't play the Switch. The thing's gonna die before I get to my dad's house. So I love Nintendo and I love the concept, but I think all they really did was take the problem that the Wii U had, that you can't take the gamepad into a room across the hall and play, which you should have been able to do. They fixed that, but it's not a portable system. It's... I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. And I hope that this will save Nintendo. Not that they need saving, but really, to tell you the truth, I think Nintendo should just come out, I barely play games on my TV. Okay? I mean, I like to play games on my TV, but like, I don't need to. I much rather sit on the couch, sit in my easy chair, or sit in my bed with my 3DS or my Game Boy Advance and play games. And so what I really think Nintendo needs to do is figure out a way to make the Switch just a portable system. Yeah, you can you can hook it up to your TV, that'd be cool. You know, to dock it to your TV. But somehow make it just like mainly a portable system. Something that you can put in your pocket, like a 3DS. Something that's foldable in a clamshell design, that's small enough that you can play it, put it in your pocket, play it on the train, play it on the bus, play it on a 3-hour plane ride without it dying, but then have the ability to maybe, like, you know, hook a HDMI cable up to it, and a wireless controller, like a Pro controller, that's got, you know, Bluetooth or something, and you can hook it up to your TV with, you know, okay, good example, the Neo Geo X. That is a perfect example of what Nintendo needs to do. Have a portable console that's small, put in your pocket, but then you can plug it into a dock, have an external controller, and play it on your TV. I know that's what they're trying to do with the Switch, but I think they're trying to do too much. It's not portable enough. 2 hours, 2.5 hours of battery life is not enough. I mean, because if you think about it, the Game Gear that's what fucked the Game Gear versus the Game Boy back in the 90s, is that it had 2 hours of battery life, maybe, at the most, with 6 AA batteries. So you basically had to be connected to the wall and playing, you know, through the plug, which was stupid. It killed the Lynx, the Atari Lynx, same thing. The Game Boy had 30 hours of battery life on 4 AA batteries, and that was a huge success. So Nintendo needs to come out with something that's a portable first, has good graphics, doesn't need to be, like 720p on a screen like what the Switch is fine. And even if it just outputs 720, what I meant to say, did I say 27? 720p on a TV is fine for me. I don't need 4K. This might be the 32-year-old in me talking, but I don't need all that shit. The 4K. I don't need that. I don't need a PS4 Pro. I don't need an Xbox Scorpio. Because if it looks good, I want something I can sit down and play. You know, and if I can hook it up through a dock like the Neo Geo X, and I can play 2 players and whatnot, it doesn't need to be upscaled to 4K. It doesn't need to even be 1080. 720 is fine for me. I can't tell the difference between 720 and 1080 unless I really look. I don't care. It doesn't affect my view of the graphics of the system. But to get it, if I could get 3.5 hours, 4 hours ideally of battery life out of this thing portable, have the ability to play on my TV if I wanted to, that's what they need to do. And that's what they should have done with the Switch. And I think the whole portability of this console is going to be undermined by its battery life, and that's unfortunate. Anyway, I'm done. Done talking, done playing. The Wii U is timed out because I haven't played it in 2 minutes or whatever it is. So anyway, we will continue tomorrow with the rest of the game. Probably, maybe not the whole part, but probably up to level 5 or 6. But I'm done for now. It's been almost 2 hours, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for the DeviantArt page for the Link and Ganon fight icon that's over there in the bottom left. I appreciate the use of that. So thank you guys again, and I'll be playing more Breath of the Wild, and I hope if you haven't picked it up, you should. The Wii U version is great. You don't need the Switch for it. I love Nintendo, but I'm telling you right now, you don't need the Switch. The Wii U version is just is fine. So thank you guys again. I will see you tomorrow.